Right.
Hey, this is NFTeve, and I'm here with Hrish Lotlikar of SuperWorld. How are you doing today?
Great. It's great to be here. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Great. As people might know, I'm a metaverse fanatic, and I bought like 5 plots on SuperWorld, and I have questions. Everybody has questions, so I invited him to come show us a little bit about his SuperWorld and how it works. So
awesome. Yeah, excited to share, what we're up to and our vision and how anyone can get involved in SuperWorld.
Cool. Do you want to show your video first?
Sure. Yeah, let me start by showing you guys a video of what SuperWorld is and how it works. It's just a YouTube video that is accessible. Here it is.
Hello and welcome. I'm Hrish, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, a virtual world in augmented reality where creativity and entrepreneurship come together on one decentralized platform. From the Empire State Building to the Sydney Opera House to some of the more obscure places on Earth, in SuperWorld, our world is yours. Yours to buy, yours to sell, yours to create, and yours to explore. SuperWorld is mapped on top of the real world to create over 64 billion unique plots of land, with each plot measuring roughly 100 meters by 100 meters of real-world space. To give you an idea, one plot of SuperWorld AR real estate is about the size of Yankee Stadium. Ready to get started? Find land to cultivate for its strategic real estate location as a digital asset or that holds sentimental value for you. Buying and selling virtual real estate in SuperWorld is easy, as all transactions take place securely on the Ethereum blockchain, and every plot of land is represented by a non-fungible token on the ERC 721 standard. Personalize your world in AR through interactive 3D objects, animation, photos, videos, and text to truly make a world of your own. Ready to find your peace on Earth? Join us in SuperWorld.
Go.
That was so great.
Yep. Thank you very much. Let me stop sharing.
And Hrish Lotlikar, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld.
Hrish, you got to stop the next video. There you go.
That NBC.
NBC.
So, cool. Yeah. So it's like a metaverse that's overlaid on what maps did you say it was? That's kind of the first question everyone has. Is it like, oh, is that on Google Maps, or what happens if the map change, or how does it work interacting with the actual maps? And so people can go with their Oculus or on their phone and go into the augmented 3D reality of the space, the actual space where the plot is, or they can, you can go anywhere you want, but you can go on your own that you own as well. So how does that work?
Yeah, so I'll give you kind of a high level understanding of what SuperWorld is, and I can explain, drill down into the real estate aspect of that. So I think probably the best way to go about this is let me go into just the overall vision, and so how, and then I'll explain how the real estate fits into that overall vision, right? So again, the reason we started SuperWorld is, I'd come from a film and television and gaming background. My previous company is a company called Rogue Initiative Studios, where, my co-founder did Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghost. My partner's Michael Bay, the action director there, as production partner. And so what we do is we do franchises, feature film, television, gaming, virtual reality, all the way to amusement park rides and toys. My co-founder at SuperWorld came from the gaming space. He did Xfire and sold it to Viacom, but he's done several other companies, Fizzle, Sliver, Skit, and Toonstar. So we came from the space, and what happened was, Pokemon Go had come out, right? It became this huge hit. People are running around the world looking at these like digital, Pokemons, right? A lot of people don't know, but it was actually the fastest company in history to hit $1 billion in revenue.
Wow.
Yeah. And a lot of other people don't know that they were doing extremely well. So Niantic is the name of the company that, doing well. And we, took a lot of inspiration from them. And, back then we thought, what if you're interested in movies or art or, science or education or travel, right?
Yes, we are.
What if I could empower you to really create anything anywhere? What if you could create a virtual world mapped on top of the real world, where if I came to New York or London or Paris or anywhere in the world, Egypt, you could say, Hrish, why don't you check out my world? And I could walk around and you've left me things. You've left a hologram of yourself somewhere, taking me on a tour of Midtown Manhattan or something. You've taken me, you've left digital assets in different places that I can buy. You've left content, a big hot air balloon somewhere I can click on. It'll allow me to come to your store or, your online store or whatever, right? And so the idea is that we all have a world. There's a filter on the world. There's an infinite number of filters. And so the first analogy is Pokemon Go, adding digital information to the real world. Second analogy is Foursquare. It's a data analogy. So on the data side, you earn money when you use SuperWorld. So what we call it is live to earn, right? Is how do you, basically apply tokenomics to incentivize real world behaviors. So how do I get Nike to pay for you to go on a run? How do I get, Virgin to pay for you to go on a cruise? So the idea is, we all have passions. And how do we build, these analog activities that we do in the real world and add virtual benefits to those activities we already do, or vice versa? How do you do virtual things that give you real world access? Can I buy a virtual NFT that allows me to buy a house? So physical, virtual, physical. And then the other part, our why of SuperWorld, is how do we build a better world? How do we take all this user activity and do positive things in the world? We're partnered with the World Bank in the Caribbean, partnered with the United Nations, UNESCO, to help rebuild cities like Beirut, Lebanon. We also brought together 2 tribes in the Amazon jungle that created digital assets in the Amazon that anyone could discover from anywhere in the world to understand the issues of reforestation and what's happening in the Amazon. And so finally, to get to your question, we've divided, the third analogy is monopoly. We've divided the world into 64 billion blocks of properties. Each one covers a city block. Okay. And so when you buy properties in SuperWorld, you're buying digital assets that are bounded by longitude, latitude, right? And so when you buy one of those, you're getting a share of all of the economics that happen on that plot: advertising, e-commerce, digital commerce, data analytics, and gaming, right? And so the idea is that, in terms of the types of content that can be added there, I can add anything I want. You can add anything you want. There's an infinite number of filters that can exist in that property. But if you own the property, you're getting a share of anything that happens in anyone's world. And the types of content are 3D, 2D, audio, AR, VR, MR, literally anything, any kind of data can be added anywhere. And so as we evolve the product, which is what we're doing every day, we're basically enabling you with more features that allow you to build all kinds of things. I mean, Barbados is building an embassy in SuperWorld, right? So it just gives you a sense for what's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. No, I got so excited. It was on New Year's Day. I was kind of like, New Year's Day was kind of like, wasn't a really exciting day here in Washington, D.C. And I did that, so excited. So the map, so here's my next question. I did go a little bit in with my phone in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, where I was thinking of buying a place, but sorry. So if I go in there now, can other people, is it like a Decentraland where other people, you can interact with them while you're there, or you're mostly interacting with digital products? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So again, there's, a few ways to think about what we're building. So one way is that you're walking around, New York City, or you mentioned, Florida, Tampa, or wherever you were. Again, that's kind of the Pokemon Go mechanic, right? Where literally you're walking around and, you can see content that's been left on the locations in the physical world, digital content. And I use the analogy, as I said, of Pokemon Go for that. You walk around, you're looking at content. When glasses come out, which they're coming out relatively soon, in the next year or two from Apple and others, you're going to be able to wear glasses and you walk around and you see that stuff, right? And so that's one thing. The other thing you can do in SuperWorld is you can go totally virtual, right? And that's like virtual reality type of headset. So from any location, we're building in the capabilities for you to go completely virtual and go to a totally, you're sitting in your living room, you put on a VR headset in SuperWorld and you're going, you're in space, and so it's not augmented reality, it's called virtual reality. And then the other thing you can do, again, we're building this as well, is you can go into a 3D WebGL environment. And what that means is from your desktop or your laptop, you're able to go into a scene, and so what we're trying to enable is literally whatever you're trying to create, 3D, 2D, audio, AR, VR, MR, anywhere, we want you to be able to personalize the real world around you. And then again, own that world as well, if you'd like to.
So anyone can come put a billboard in my spot, but I actually get revenue from it. Was that
exactly? There's an infinite number of filters on the world, so you could do something there. I could do something there. There could be, so if you own real estate in a location, there's an unlimited number of things that could be put there. But what am I going to see? I'm going to see what I want to see, who I'm following. I have the ability to, again, it's permissioned use and permission use of data, and really gives you the flexibility to see what you want.
Yeah, there's a lot of great spots left. Like, that's why I was going crazy. I was like, oh my God, Sunshine Bowl. Oh my God, there's a piece of a pyramid. Oh, there's so many spots available that I had to stop myself after a while. But I feel like, I've heard of this project and I just feel like it's going to be huge. I love the concept. Never played Pokemon or anything like that, but I am interested in culture, traveling, arts, science, all of, visiting, people and places. So that's why I love it. And yeah, it's a really good thing. And then when I bought my first plot, I got one free, which was amazing. And it's only 0.1 ETH if you're the first person to buy the space, which is amazing because you can find these amazing spaces for 0.1 ETH. I was getting ready to start buying some NFTs, but I was like, no, I'm just going to buy SuperWorld plots NFTs. And so, but you can't interact, like say if I go to my pyramid, the one that I'm owning, because I have a friend, we were going to do some initiation ceremonies in Egypt, So is there any way like we could buy the plot? Well, I already have some, but there's other plots as well of other temples of other goddesses and whatnot. And could we construct a world and then go into that world and have an event and whatnot, and then other people come in? So, okay.
That's right. Yeah. So that, again, that's if you're kind of creating a 3D environment, that's likely a WebGL environment. It could be a VR environment. So again, you have the ability to create both. Those are features that we're building, but currently, as I said, the opportunity is you can do that, but then in that same location, I could be building another VR environment or an AR, experience or whatever. So we all have, again, the ultimate ability to build whatever we want in all of those locations. But if you own one of those locations, then you're getting, again, a share of all of the monetization that happens there in those locations.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's great. Yeah. You can go build wherever you want and do whatever you want. So everybody's welcome. There's no barrier. But then you're, as the owner, I just get to collect the money. And it's why, because they have created an NFT with on top of my wallet. And then there's like an automatic deposit to my wallet.
Yeah, so you're giving one example of what's called digital commerce, which is, again, they've created a digital experience in your location, and it could be structured as an NFT, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a non-NFT digital, application or experience that is sold. However, there's e-commerce, there's gaming, there's advertising, there's data, there's decentralized finance. I mean, there's a lot of different monetization.
So you can have a bank.
You could have a bank.
Like Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah, someone could be borrowing money at that location, or financing a project in Egypt that requires some transactions to be taken place, and again, anything that SuperWorld is again monetizing at that location, as an owner, you're getting a share of that.
Wow. And so say I could go to a place where there's a terrible drought, I can buy that land, and then I can put a fundraiser right on top of there and say, hey, do you want to help this land repopulate or re-green? And they can just look at it, see it, walk around and go, oh my God, this place needs some help. And then put the funds right there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we did that in the Caribbean with the World Bank. So the World Bank and an organization called Disaster Fighters created NFTs and put them on all the Caribbean islands. And we had ambassadors of those countries literally promoting and selling NFTs to raise capital for disaster recovery and relief.
Wow, this project blows my mind. I love this project. I know you're in a huge rush, but I have only one question. It's my own personal question. So I know you had like an NFT platform on there, and so do people have to mint on your platform in order to paste it, like get it to their own location? How does that work?
Well, so that's a great question. So yeah, if you mint on SuperWorld, you're able to geographically, place content anywhere in the world. Now, we did a partnership with Super Rare at Art Basel that was covered in the New York Times at Miami Art Week. And the idea is that you can create content from anywhere, NFTs, any 3D, 2D, anything, and you can put it into SuperWorld, and you could put a link to it where people can click and go to the website wherever you sell it. So, you're not restricted from creating content just in SuperWorld. You can create it elsewhere. We're doing a Solana integration. We have other integrations coming. So, there won't be gas fees on creating NFTs and stuff very soon in SuperWorld. And, but the point is like, regardless of where you're creating content, we'd love to have it in SuperWorld as well.
Okay, so that is amazing. All right, and is there anything else you want to add before you go? This SuperWorld blows my mind. It's like we have the NFTs so awesome, metaverse so awesome, and SuperWorld to me is like everything everyone's already doing. Like helping others, helping the environment, making money, showing art, connecting, like all the great stuff that we're already doing is like with a place around it, which I just think is so amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd say that I guess the thing I would want everyone to understand is SuperWorld's a movement. And that's ultimately what we are. We're a movement of people that believe in empowering people, helping people, again, build livelihoods. We call it live to earn in the real world, as well as, how do we empower, humanity? How do we build a virtual world that is, again, improving the real world? That sounds ironic, but we're building a virtual world that's focused on people's real lives and the real world. And again, oftentimes we're called the gateway to the metaverse, because this is how people enter this space. As people get into this, they want to do more. They want to get into DeFi. They want to get into other products, into crypto, other things. And so AR, VR, AI. So this is really an awesome way to start. You own a wallet, you get into crypto, you own your favorite places, and now you want to start building. You want to start bringing other products. Now you own these geographic places in the world. You own part of the platform. So it's a very, I think, very powerful way to get into Web3. And so again, I think we have this hashtag Team SuperWorld Earth and Heart. And so I strongly encourage everyone to to share that. And if you want to reach out, if you have questions, reach out to me directly. We're at outreach@superworldapp.com. Would love to hear from you.
All right, thank you so much. I want to maybe in a couple of months or something, you come back and we can have the next round, because then I'll be in there. I'll be in there by then doing stuff. But thank you so much. I love your movement. I agree too. I felt so empowered when I could buy the drawing center. You know, I don't have to give like applications and pay for my application and do this and do that. I could just go where I want, do what I want. So I love it. You know.
Awesome. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much. Smash the likes, everybody. Subscribe, comment. Bye.